to Reveal His Kingdom, where we're just reading the Bible every single day. I'm really glad that you're here. Whether you found this video in a quiet moment before your day begins or in the middle of a stretch that's been harder than you expected, I want you to know that this reading is for you. Leadership is one of the great privileges of our lives, but it is also one of the great weights. And sometimes what we need most isn't another framework, another course, another workshop, another mastermind, or another strategy. Sometimes we just need to stop and just let the Word of God do what only it can do, which is steady us. Today we're going to be reading Psalm 121, 122, and 123, and I read from the New Living Translation. And these are three of the ancient Songs of Ascent, songs that pilgrims sang as they made their way up towards Jerusalem. These psalms are songs that were written for people who are moving towards something, carrying something, and trusting someone greater than themselves. And so that sounds a lot like leadership to me. So wherever you are right now, if you're in your car, at your desk, at home, on a walk, I invite you to just take a deep breath, open up your hands, and just receive what God has for you in these three psalms. So let's go ahead and read together. We're going to start in Psalm 121. I look up to the mountains. Does my help come from there? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. He will not let you stumble. The one who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel never slumbers or sleeps. The Lord himself watches over you. The Lord stands beside you as your protective shade. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon at night. The Lord keeps you from all harm and watches over your life. The Lord keeps watch over you as you come and go, both now and forever. And so Psalm 121, it's basically talking about the watching God. Where does my help come from? It's not just a poetic question at the very beginning. It's actually a most important diagnostic question if you're a leader and that you can ask yourself. So a question to consider after reading Psalm 121 would be this. In what specific area of your leadership right now, a decision, a relationship, a financial pressure, or a strategic challenge, in what specific area of your leadership right now have you been operating as if the outcome is entirely dependent on your own strength, on your own wisdom, or your own effort? And what would genuinely shift if you stopped striving and started trusting in God who neither slumbers nor sleeps? That is Psalm 121. So now let's read Psalm 122, and I'll put the questions in the comment section of every single platform this is put on, so whether it's on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, wherever you're watching from. Psalm 122. I was glad when they said to me, "Let us go to the house of the Lord." And now here we are, standing inside your gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a well-built city. Its seamless walls cannot be breached. All the tribes of Israel, the Lord's people, make their pilgrimage here. They come to give thanks to the name of the Lord as the law requires of Israel. Here stand the thrones where judgment is given, the thrones of the dynasty of David. Pray for peace in Jerusalem. May all who love this city prosper. O Jerusalem, may there be peace within your walls and prosperity in your palaces. For the sake of my family and friends, I will say, may you have peace. For the sake of the house of the Lord our God, I will seek what is best for you, O Jerusalem. That is Psalm 122, and it's basically the praying leader. It's the leader who prays for the flourishing of those that they serve, has already discovered something. Like if you genuinely pray for people that you serve, you've already discovered something that most people never do and they never will. It's that a servant-hearted leadership is not a strategy. It's actually a calling. It's something that's inside of you, something that God is calling you to. And here's a question to consider. If you're reading Psalm 122 is, who are the people? Who is the team, the organization, the community that God has placed under your leadership influence? Who are the people? Who is the team? Who is the organization, the ministry, or the community that God has placed under your leadership influence? And when did you last stop and genuinely intercede for their peace? When was the last time you prayed for their peace? When was the last time you prayed and interceded for their prosperity? When was the last time you stopped and prayed and intercessed for their purpose rather than using them to advance your own agenda. It's a big difference. Pray for their peace, pray for their prosperity, pray for their purpose rather than your own agenda. Focus on other people first. Praying for a leader, a real servant leader, just like Jesus was. Psalm 123 is the last psalm that we're going to read for today. Psalm 123, I lift my eyes to you, O God, enthroned in heaven. We keep looking to the Lord our God for his mercy, just as servants keep their eyes on their master, as a slave girl watches her mistress for the slightest signal. Have mercy on us, Lord, have mercy, for we have had our fill of contempt. We have had more than our fill of the scoffing of the proud and the contempt of the arrogant. The lifted eyes, the very first verse in there, I lift my eyes to you. It's important to understand that you need to lift your eyes to God enthroned in heaven. The most underrated leadership discipline is the ability to endure contempt with your eyes still fixed upward, up at the king, up at the throne room, not bitterness, no retaliation, no collapse, just steady, expectant, unshakable trust. And here's a question for you to consider after reading Psalm 123 would be this. Think about any criticism that you may have, any setbacks, any disrespect, or the long seasons of waiting that have marked your leadership journey. Are you leading from old wounds, reacting, defending, and striving to prove something? Or have you genuinely lifted your eyes above all those problems and chosen to lead from a place of mercy-filled dependence on God? If you think about all the past criticisms, all the past setbacks, all the disrespect, all the long seasons of waiting that have marked your leadership journey or just your life's journey, are you leading your life from those old wounds, reacting to them, defending them, and striving to prove something against someone? Or have you genuinely lifted your eyes above all those circumstances and all those problems and all those challenges and chosen to lead from a place of mercy-filled dependence on God? I lift my eyes to you, O God, enthroned in heaven. That's a position that you want to be in. It's a powerful position because you get all of his grace and all of his mercy, and you receive his glory so you can give it back to him. So these three Psalms, Psalms 121, 22, and 23, they're basically three invitations. Psalm 121 says, your help, your real help, your ultimate help comes from the Lord. And that's good news. It's God's ways are always better than our ways. It's not from your network. It's not from your next move. It's from him, right? The real help is coming from him. Psalm 122 says that the leader who prays, the one that is praying for the people that they serve, has discovered something sacred. It's powerful to pray for people around you in your influence. That your greatest leadership act might just be your ability and your willingness to intercede for other people, to intercede for their peace, to intercede for their goodness, to intercede for their success. Psalm 123 says that even when you're exhausted, even when you've endured more contempt or problems than you think that you can handle, you still have a choice. And the choice is to lift your eyes upwards towards the throne room, towards the king, towards God. Right? That is the most courageous thing that you can do as a leader. It's not weakness at all. And I want to ask you a question before we go, and I'd love for you to just think about it and contemplate it. Which of these Psalms spoke most directly to where you are in your life right now? Psalm 121, 22, or 23? Which one of these are speaking most directly to you now? Spend time with that. Pray about it. Get into the word more about it. Go for a walk with the king longer about it. And spend some time understanding and listening from the King of all kings. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you leading and wanting to lead your life from faith. Keep lifting your eyes upwards. And I'll see you next time. Revealing his kingdom, built for eternity, saved by grace through faith. Jesus is King of kings, and he is Lord of lords. And I pray that you have an unbelievably blessed day today. Sit in his perfect peace all day long and be filled with his joy, the type of joy that can only come from the King himself. Have a great day.